Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Sumukascha Ekadantascha Kapilo Kachakarnakaha. Lambodharascha Vikato Vignarajo Vinayakaha. Dhumaketurganadhyakshaha Phalachandro Gajananaha. Paktatundaha Surkakarno Herambaha Skandapurvajaha. Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannabalanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopasantaye Yatyat Varadavatrādhya Parishadhya Parasatham Vignam Vignanti Sapatam Vishpaksenam Tamatraye Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Satchidananda Rupaya Krishnaya Aklishtakarine Namo Vedanta Vedhyaya Gurave Buddhi Sakshine Krishnadvaipayanam Vyasam Sarvabhuta Hiteratam Vedabcha Bhaskaram Vande Samadhi Nilayam Munim Sahasramurte Purushottamasya Sahasra Netranana Padabaho Sahasranamam Tvacham Nrityate Janmachara Santhyai Om Santi Santi Santi. Now, with Bhagavan's grace, let us continue from where we left off. We came up to Vistarasta Varastanur Pramanam Bhijamabjayam Artho Narto Maha. So we came up to Bhijamabjayam. Artho Narto Mahakoso Mahabhogo Mahadhanaha. Artho Narto Mahakoso Mahabhogo Mahadhanaha. Artaha Anartaha. Mahakosaha, Mahabhogaha, Mahadhanaha, Artaha. Now, Artaha means Artha is the essence in everything, as we say, but is the one that is sought after, the entity that is a thing that is sought after by everybody. As Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, Asato ma sadgamaya, Tamaso ma Jyotir Gamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. So, from untruth lead me to truth. From darkness lead me to light. And from mortality lead me to immortality. See, that is the one that is sought by, as the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, this is the prayer of all the 8.4 million types of creation that is there in Prapancha. Every, including a speck of sand, is only having this prayer. So the thing that is sought after, but everyone, is Artaha. And because it is sought after by everyone, it is present everywhere. So we say it is essence in everything. Right? Anything that we go for in our life, anything, there's no exception to that. It's because we are attracted to it. Because we think we will get happiness out of it. That is why we seek things in the world. But the essence of everything we seek is bliss only. That is what each one of us, and not only each one of us, every being is always seeking. So that is Artaha. Now, Anartaha. So, if every item of creation is seeking this, he is the one who sought after by every type of creation, then what about him? What about that entity that is being sought after, that does not seek anything? He does have no desire, no seeking, nothing. So that is Anartaha. Artaha, Anartaha. Anartaha, and also means, all the things we seek in this world, which gives us temporary happiness followed by sadness and misery, they're all anartham because they're all wasted. Wasted to the extent that a mouse that is caught in a maze, in the experiment that we all would have read about, and goes and hits against various walls, right? Because finally it finds a door, but every time it hits a wall and finds that is not the right thing, that's anartham. It is wasted because that particular effort does not yield the result. But it is also not wasted because learning something that is not, knowing what is not correct is also knowledge, isn't it? And in other words, a mistake that we make also is an education for us. So that is anarthaha. Artho nartho maha kosaha. Now, what we think our body, there are pancha maya kosam. There are 5 kosams. Now, kosam means there's an envelope. The beauty is the grossest envelope is our body, right? And annamaya kosam we call it. We all know this body is sustained by food. But that is covering another envelope, and that is pranamaya kosam. That we all can relate to. That is the breathing that we do in and out. So we know while this body is annamaya kosam, it has also got pranamaya kosam, yes, which is the envelope of our prana, the air that we breathe in and breathe out. So the annamaya kosam is the grossest form. Then comes the pranamaya kosam, which is subtle. It is a little bit subtler than that, but that is being covered by the annamaya kosam. Now the pranamaya kosam itself is also covering another envelope called the manomaya kosam that we call as our mind, which is nothing but the field of desires, the area of desires. So that is called manomaya kosam. Then the manomaya kosam is covering another envelope, which is the vijnanamaya kosam, which is our viveka, our buddhi, right? And then that is covering another envelope, which is the anandamaya kosam. So these are the 5 envelopes that we live in, right? And even though we focus only on our body, okay, the breathing takes care of it by itself, but then we are also pulled and pushed by our mind. We seldom travel beyond the mind to the buddhi, and very seldom travel beyond the buddhi to the anandamaya kosam. Because with anandamaya kosam itself, even beyond that is paramanandamaya. Okay, that is even beyond all that. So that is the maha kosaha. Okay, so because if you go to a hot spring, the spring comes from a source, isn't it? And because that particular source is one particular way, when we come to it, we call it hot. It has got sulfur or whatever it has got, right? Because that is the essence of the source. Same way, our source is only bliss. Because each one of us is only bliss only, that is the reason each one of us is seeking always bliss, always happiness outside. None of us seeks misery or sadness or suffering. We all seek only happiness because our nature is happiness. Nature is bliss. So maha kosaha. Now, mahabhogaha. Mahabhogaha is when we talk of sukham, saubhagyam, and all those things we use. Sukham means the question of equilibrium, where there is no disturbance, there is balanced mindset, there is no happiness, there is no misery, everything is balanced. So well-being. And that is obtained only through peace, through santam. Where there is santam, there is sukham, right? And so that is the right type of sukham, not our typical comfort like, air-conditioned rooms and that kind of stuff, right? But this has got to be peace in the mind, not peace of mind, but peace in the mind. That peace is what we are talking about. So the mind is in peace itself. That is sukham, and Bhagavan is mahabhogaha. He is the form of that sukham. He is the form of that sukham, that nothing but peaceful, nothing but santam, nothing but prema, truth, dharmam. See, where there is truth, when I speak satyam, I am always at ease. The moment I utter a lie, or I think of a lie and say, can I do this to get out of the situation, I'm disturbed, right? Because I moved away. So the truth is sukham, satyam, santam, premam, ahimsa. These are all sukhams. And mahabhogaha, because that is the final thing. But then for us to live in the world, we all want comfort. We all want the earthly, the worldly, temporary sukham we want. And who's the one who grants all that? That is Mahabhogaha. Because Bhagavan is Mahabhogaha, he is able to hand out bhogam to you and me. Right? Where is our enjoyment? Where are the materials of enjoyment? The time, the opportunity, the ability, and the senses to enjoy it, the mind to enjoy it. All these are given to us by, they're all bhogangal. That bhogangal comes from the source, which is Mahabhogam. Mahadhanaha. As the next one, in the world we live, we enjoy bhogam, the various enjoyments through material objects. And through material objects which are gross as well as subtle. It could be a piece of good music, for example, or it could be a taste that comes from a good food. Whatever it is, all the senses of our perception that we have, they all are geared, and a default position is always looking outside. None of our senses actually look inside. They're not made that way. They're all made to look outside only. And that senses, why do they look outside? Because they touch their corresponding sense objects. And why do they touch it? Because that particular object outside of us, outside in the world, that gives us happiness. So the kind of happiness that we have from the material world, we call that as dhanam. Dhanam is wealth. Not only monetary wealth, all types of wealth. It could be Vidya Dhanam, for example. You may get scholarship, you may do research, or you may learn a particular slokam, whatever it is. In so many ways, all these are Mahadhanaha. They are all Dhanangal. They are all the resources, as we call them, and in order to give us Mahabhogam. And that Mahabhogam we seek because the inner source of us is that Paramananda Swarupam, which is Mahakosaha. Okay? So, Artho Nartho Mahakoso Mahabhogo Mahadhanaha. Now, so Slokam 46 is Vistarastavaрастанур Pramanam Bhijamabhyayam Artho Nartho Mahakoso Mahabhogo Mahadhanaha Anirvinnasthavishto Bhur Dharmayupo Mahamakha Nakshatranemir Nakshatri Ksamahat Kshamas Samihanaha. That is 47. Anirvinnaha Stavishtaha Bhu Dharmayupaha Mahamakaha. Anirvinnaha. Nirvinnaha. Anirvinnaha. Anirvinnaha means one who has absolutely no hatred, no dislike. If you have everything, not only that you need, but that you want, you will have no hatred or dislike towards anybody. No, you may get pride, that is different. Now, if you are absolutely contented, that means you are the wealthiest person. You have everything that you want, not more than needed. Everything that you desire and that you want is really in contentment. Because the moment contentment, trupti comes, then there is no more hatred, no more dislike. There is only peace and there is only happiness. Now, because Bhagavan is the source of everything, is completely Purnam, is total and full and complete. So he has no dislike or hatred at all. Now, Anirvinnaha also means one who is tireless. Now, in what way is it tireless? Yes, if I put myself in Bhagavan's shoes, and Swami comes and teaches lovingly the same message, repeatedly the same lesson, repeatedly 24 hours, 7 days a week, he's teaching. But I, as a student, don't listen to him, don't attend the class, I just go about my way. But Bhagavan does not give up. Repeatedly, then I fail in my exam, right? So I take birth again, then I fail in my exam, take birth again. and go to, so that I have to attend the school. But this teacher never tires of me. The lesson is only one lesson. The class is only one class. But that simple lesson that keeps on repeating and teaching, and every time Swami teaches that with the same amount of love and affection. He does not get tired at all. Now, how many of us can do that? With dealing with a student who is a truant, student who doesn't have vinayam, student who is not interested in learning, and to a student who puts up a show that yes, I want to learn, but really does not learn, and still goes and does things disobeying the teacher, disobeying the commands, and then failing and coming back repeatedly, not once, not twice, not thrice, but hundreds and thousands of times. Okay, but Bhagavan does not give up. And in spite of all the mistakes I do, then he still embraces me and teaches me lovingly. Please listen. This is what you have to do. This is what you have to do. Please listen. So that I don't want you to come back to this class again, but you have to pass. Okay? How that tirelessness, that Bhagavan who does not give up, that is Anirvindaha. Stavishtaha. Sthanam means established, firmly. Stavishtaha. Vishtaha shows Bhagavan is established, all pervasive in the Virata Swarupam. There is a Virata Swarupam, there is a Hiranya Swarupam. So Virata Purushaha, we say, Bhagavan, we call it as the creative aspect that is in the universe, right? That is the Virata Swarupam, who is present, the cosmos is his body, and the mind is his Hiranya Garbham, right? That Virata is so big, it is all pervasive. That is Stavishtaha. Anirvindaha, Stavishtaha. Then, next one is Artho Nartho Anirvinda Stavishtaha. Bhuhu Dharma Yupaha. Bhuhu. Now, here, Anirvinda Stavishto Bhu. It comes like that, right? Stavishtaha Abhuhu. Because Stavishto Bhuhu. Okay? So that is Abhuhu. Abhuhu means birthless. No birth. Prema has no birth, no death. Okay? No change at all. And so Abhuhu is one who is not born. Now, if I take it as Bhuhu, which we cannot, because Stavishto Bhu, so Stavishtaha Abhuhu is the way it will come. But if I even Bhuhu, Bhagavan is there, who is present in the manifest himself in the form of Bhumi, in the form of Prapanjam, the universe. So Bhumi Rupi, as we said, in the form of Bhumi, we call it as Bhuma Devi. Immediately we can relate to it, right? That is all. That is Bhuhu. So then another one is the Dharma Yupaha. That Dharma Yupaha means when we do any yagangal, homam, or marriage function, whatever, the first thing that the priest will do would be saying the appropriate mantrangal. He will establish what is known as a stambam. Okay? And that will be there right in the entrance of the marriage function that you can see, or yagasala, wherever you give. Normally we will miss it, but that will be a stambam, and that shows that everything that is taking place, that stambam is the authority, right? Bhagavan is Dharma Yupaha, which means he is the one in which all the dharmangal are bound to him, and they all do aradhana to him. They all do worship. They all worshiping him only. Dharma Yupaha. Dharma Yupaha means also the one who says Dharmam is Pradhanam. Okay? See, Parama Dharmam, what is Parama Dharmam? What is the highest Dharmam? Right? Satyo Nasti Paro Dharmaha, it says that. Truth, there is no higher truth than Satyam. Right? And help ever, hurt never. All these are Dharmangal. And what is the highest Dharmam? And there are two things. Dharmam is Pradhanam in life. Okay? There is nothing higher than Dharmam. But what is the highest Dharmam itself? All these, the topmost Dharmam is Bhagavan, is Dharma Swarupi. This is what we have to learn from Ramayana. Okay? Very simple. Bhagavan comes and manifests and illustrates with his behavior. Right? So that is Dharma Yupaha. Maha Makaha. Now, why does, when you look at all the yaganga and the home and all we do, we all go there and attend and then do with the various mantrangal, offer to the fire and all that. But why do these homangal and yagam and all that get their efficacy from, get their importance from, right? What is so great about it? Because they all offer everything to him. That is Maha Makaha. Anything in life that is offered to Bhagavan, right, immediately becomes sacred, isn't it? And immediately becomes sacrosanct. And because of that, they also become pure, right? So every sacrificial activity we do, not only in Homamangal and Yaga, even in our life, if I sacrifice something, you actually become better, right? You become purer. Why? Because that sacrificing, the place of sacrifice, to whom it is sacrificed, that is Maha Makaha. Because of him, all these things become sacred and pure and more powerful and sacrosanct and all that. That is Maha Makaha. So, Artho Nato Maha Kosocha Anirvinnastha Vishtobhur Dharma Yupo Maha Makaha Nakshatra Nemir Nakshatri Shamahat Shamas Samihanaha Nakshatra Nemi. Now, the whole cosmos, the whole universe, the galaxies and all that, we all know a little bit from the scientific knowledge that we have, that everything is revolving around something else, right? If you take the Earth is revolving around the Sun, but our own galaxy is revolving around the Sun itself is part of a galaxy that is revolving around another thing, and then there are so many galaxies, right? Now, all of them revolve around the pole star, as we know, the Dhruva Nakshatram. But Dhruva Nakshatram is just another globe that is shining in effulgence because of the sacrifice and the purity and the tejas of Dhruva. But this movement of things revolving around, right from talking at the atomic level, right, to the whole in a magnanimous, in a very big way, the whole universe, the thing that they're revolving around, what are they revolving around? That aspect in which everything is revolving around, that is Nakshatra Nemihi. Nakshatra Nemihi. See, the time revolves around something, right? The universe revolves around something. Physically, the electrons revolve around the nucleus. And then in the gigantic, if you look at the space, the galaxies, all the various galaxies, the various stars, so huge they are, we can't even conceive of the distances. But they're all revolving around something. So this whole, but they are revolving around a central point. And that is Bhagavan, that is Nakshatra Nemihi. Nakshatri, Bhagavan, who appears in the form of Nakshatrangal, also in the form of moon. Moon is considered, Chandran is considered as the king of all the nakshatras. And the same, another way, the Vishnu Puranam says, Bhagavan is the one who's supporting all the nakshatra mandalangal, all the space with all the stars, the nakshatrangal, the one who's supporting that. That is Bhagavan, Nakshatri. So Nakshatra Nemihi, Because he is a central point in which everything revolves around, therefore he supports all that. We all know that, right? That we can see physically, we can see. We can understand that. Shamaha. Shamaha, we said Shamasvatvam, Shamasvatvam, we say like the Sesha Sailasi Kamane, we all say that. Shamaha. Shamaha is a very important quality. Shamaha does not mean forgiveness, okay, as some of us may think. It means forbearance, okay, and that is one of the 6. There are 5 human values, and this is one is the 6th one. Sathya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema, Ahimsa, and Kshama. Kshama is forbearance. There is a difference between Kshama and Sahana. Sahana means patience. There's a difference between patience and forbearance is, patience is when you bear something because, and when a happening takes place in life, I don't have the ability to prevent that happening from happening. So I go through that particular experience and I bear it patiently, like passing cloud. Okay, some hardship comes, we know it is going to go away, so we bear it. I can't do anything about that hardship. So I bet that patience is an extremely important quality. Sahana is a very, very important quality to develop, okay, because patience is all the strength one needs in life. Nothing else. We don't need muscular strength, mental strength, body strength, financial strength. None of those things are needed. Patience is all the strength that one needs in life. That is Sahana. Now, Kshama, forbearance. Forbearance means when a hardship comes, a happening comes, and I have the ability to prevent, to nullify and eliminate that happening, and I still don't do it, but still bear it. That is Kshama. Okay? And when we say pray to Swami, Kshamasvatvam, Swam Kshamasva, because we say we make all the mistakes, Swami, you please bear all my mistakes. You know, that is what we say at the end of all our things, and all the mistakes I made and all that, please, Kshamasvatvam, we say that. But it doesn't work that way. Bhagavan is the embodiment of forbearance. And Bhagavan only gives and gives and gives. This question of forgiveness really doesn't even arise in the sphere of prema. Because prema's nature is such that it automatically forgives, right? There is no question of even forgiving arises, because the prema doesn't look at it as a mistake at all. This is the greatest thing of how Bhagavan looks at it. Please remember that, he says, all human beings are sacred, all thoughts are innocent, all actions are sacred, all human beings are beautiful. So all thoughts are sacred, even though I may be thinking cruel thoughts. For Swami, that he looks at it only as a sacred thought. This is the beauty. There is no mistake that I do in the eyes of prema. It is so encompassing. So there's no question of forgiveness. But there is a law. There is a universal, inviolable law of dharma, action and reaction. So whatever mistake I do, the reaction comes in. That's all. Prayer. Bhagavan doesn't punish me at all. And Bhagavan doesn't even correct me at all. So he's just embracing me in his love. That's all. Now, so the question of forgiveness doesn't come. So, but at the same time, Kshamasva is there. Kshama. He forbears all the mistakes that I do, continue to do, not listening to him, still do things my own way, right? Everything that he wants me not to do, I do it. And things, one or two things that he wants me to do, I'm not doing it. In spite of all that, even though he has the power to prevent me from doing all that, but he still bears everything silently. We think, we are suffering, we are undergoing all the hardships and all that. Just imagine how much hardship Bhagavan is undergoing on our behalf, and if I'm looking at it from our angle. so much, incalculable amount of hardships, and even though we say Bhagavan doesn't have pain or pleasure, he's Ananda Swarupa and all that, but as an avataram, if you look at how much he pines and yearns, oh my God, I've told him so many times, million times, I'm doing so much, I'm giving him so many opportunities, I'm giving him all the skills, everything, he still doesn't listen. How much pain he must be going through. And Swami says very beautifully, yes, I am Nataraja, he says. Swami says that, I am Nataraja. Only I know the pain and the difficulty of teaching you, each every one of you, the next dance step, the step of dance, the cosmic dance. So Bhagavan is teaching us that dance. How much pain and difficulty he has in teaching us how to dance, right? And even though he is powerful, even though, and as somebody asked, see, if you're an avataram Swami, then why don't you just wipe out all the miseries just like that for everybody? If we can do that. But then he says, yes, if I do that, fine. Then we start from ground zero. What's going to happen? So all your natural tendencies of, cruelty, selfishness, all these are going to come, and still the same type of things are going to happen again. So I'd rather go and solve the root cause of the problem, is what Swami says. Okay? This is why the various yugas come. This is what happens. At the end of Pralayam, Kali Yugam, then before Krita Yugam comes, then the more and more people will be more dharmic minded than Krita Yugam. But still the problems continue. So that's the nature. So unless I change internally and purify my mind, which is the root cause of the problem, all the other sufferings will continue only. So Bhagavan has, yes, even though he has the ability and the power to do this, he bears all that we do. That is Kshamaha. Kshamaha. See, the Kshamaha means when at the end, during the Pralayam, and there are three types of Pralayam. Every night I go to sleep. That is one type of Pralayam. Okay, where the mind goes to sleep, the senses go to sleep, and what we call as Sushuddha Avasthai, even the Buddhi goes to sleep, and what is remaining? Only him. Then, in our every day of Brahma, when Brahma goes to sleep, we call it as, that is one kalpa, right? Then, for 4.32 billion years, nothing happens, and then Brahma wakes up and the creation starts again. That is another pralayam. Now, when Brahma's life itself is over after 100 Brahma years, then another type of pralayam takes place. That is even much longer, Mahapralayam. Now, the three types of pralayanga, when they take place, what is left? There is something that is left, that is changeless, that is still there. So from our daily life, we can experience it. That is Kshamaha. So next time we say, I had a deep sleep, sir, I felt very good. That means I went and touched the Kshamaha who was present, that Bhagavan who was present there. Okay? He's always present, not who was always present. So Kshamaha, Kshamaha. Then next one is Samiharaha, Samihanaha, Yajnaha, Nakshatra name Nakshatra Kshamaha, Kshamas, Samihanaha. So let us take that Samihanaha. Okay. Now, the moment you say, Sami, Samam, all these, what do they denote? They denote etymologically oneness. The moment oneness is there, when there is no differentiation, there is only oneness, that is bliss. That is where Slokam actually is. Slokam is an integration. Okay, the oneness, not in division. Division is for enjoyment. But through the enjoyment, I must reach Slokam. So that Sami, so the moment Sami Hanaha, the moment you word Sami, that's what you must think, oh, Samam, oh, okay, something to do with oneness. Now, But then we know the Srishti, Sthiti, Samharam, the creation, protection, and then dissolution, all these things take place. Everything is happening so much, and they all seem to be different. At the same time, there is oneness. The moment I'm born, I'm also dying at the same time. Right? There is no difference at all between birth, maintenance, living, and death. They're all happening simultaneously. Okay? But if you look at it from an algorithm point of view, on the computer basis, they're all discrete things, like 1, 0, 1, 0, whatever we do, we think it is discrete. But actually it is continuous. Okay? And when you really look into it, you will understand that everything, the Srishti, Sthiti, and Samharam, they're all taking place simultaneously. There is a oneness there. Okay? It is not like one after another, right? As we intellectually, sometimes we fall into this mistake, thinking, I'm going to live for 82 years. So we think immediately I was born in year 0 and so for 80. No, it is not like that. We are being born, we're being maintained, and we're dying every instant, right? Now, that oneness that is present, no, but that goes in discrete forms, if I can put it that way. So then all of a sudden your years add up, right? But this oneness that is present is Samihanaha. And through this oneness, and in the example we just saw of living up to 82 years, all of a sudden the moment of birth, if it is 0, it became 82 years, right? Because oneness has been, you understand what I'm saying? That oneness is manifesting itself as our lifespan. The oneness is manifesting ourselves as larger than our lifespan. And that oneness that is present is also manifesting itself as the whole prapancham, the whole universe on a gross basis. And that same thing is manifesting, is growing, is expanding in so many thoughts and emotions and everything, right? That oneness that is present everywhere, at the same time growing and expanding, that is Samihanaha. Okay? Samihanaha. Anirvinnasta vishtobhur dharma yupo maha makha nakshatra nemir nakshatri shamah shamas samihanaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om.